Started getting the blue tape out and just started taping out shapes. This is too hard, so I got to make it softer.
He drew every day since he was 2 years old. It was almost something he had to do, because when he didn't, he actually became very irritable.
I didn't have any brothers and sisters to beat me up. I spent a lot of time by myself. I remember getting in fights in kids in first grade over who was the best artist in class. I was the only kid that was willing to fight, so. I'll even show you how bad of a toy I was. This is my first piece.
13 or 14 is when he started to change.
A skateboard can't exist without a cityscape. So I used to take the bus down to Wilshire, just to get away from the suburbs because I hated it so much out there.
And then I started to see this little black book he would carry around, and I would ask to see it, and he was practicing his tagging.
I've been known not to be the greatest tagger, but Eclipse definitely has one of the best hands, for sure. He's, the originator of our crew, and Eclipse plays a really important role in all of our lives since we were very young.
He got involved with some kids that came from a whole different background, and somehow he identified with that.
It was important to be part of AWR because it helped build, Los Angeles styles, and basically they were my mentors.
One time I went to drive his car, and it was so bad. How could you get 32,000 miles on a car that's less than a year old? He would take 30 to 40-mile runs several times a night from where we lived in Ventura area clear to LA to Orange County and back again, and in his trunk was solid spray cans.
The brightest red. Fever red's more like a watermelon color. Intense red's like banner red. Light red, I don't know.
This is Montana Paint's distribution warehouse for all of North America. Spray paint specifically for graffiti, aerosol art. I gotta stop saying that.
We're not condoning graff. We're not directly putting these cans in kids' hands and saying, go out and crush stuff.
99% of the customers are graffiti artists. When this paint first started hitting the streets in America, everyone was like, that shit is way too expensive. It's never available in stores where you can shoplift it. Now, the quality of the paint is so high, people have given up shoplifting. Where they shoplift other stuff they can sell so they can buy Montana. The pocket cans, you go to clubs and you get patted down, I can always get these things in. And then you take it another step further with these little things. Poltergeist, it glows in the dark. This stuff, it's just paint remover. This is a must-have as far as I'm concerned because I've ruined so many jackets and shoes. I definitely think I've been affected by the solvents over the last 20 years of my life. I've actually gone to some doctors about it. I'm like, yeah, I paint graffiti. I've been doing it since I was a teenager. I'm in my 30s, and I've emptied a lot of paint cans, and seriously, a lot of paint. And they're all like, oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. And I'm like, well, I've heard rumors that it affects your bladder and your nervous system and stuff. And they're like, I don't think you could really breathe in that much. And I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. The place is probably half full. There's probably about maybe 40,000 cans of paint in here right now. Knowing that people go through that many caps in 2 weeks is that is a lot of vandalism. Holy shit.
You guys got to send us a bunch of pistachio next time.
Have I ever felt guilty? I don't think so. No. There's graffiti in the world. I'm not the only guy that's going to write graffiti. I'm not going to stop writing graffiti because there's a guy that has to clean it up. I hate to sound like a stupid teenager, but that's his job. I'm helping him out. If there weren't people writing graffiti, they wouldn't need this guy, Care less. Everybody feels sorry for somebody. I have a job, too. People have written graffiti on my store before, and I'm like, okay, you know what? That's okay. I can't control that. I'm not going to get all Christian fundamentalist about it, oh my God, your morals and your judgment, come on. Just let it go, dude. I hate religion. I hate fundamentalists of any sort, and I don't believe in a fucking snake in a tree. I'm not stupid. The Bible carries a message. To take it literally misses the entire point. And that same very message can be found without any knowledge of religion at all. Like, people will be good back to you if you're just good to people, like, you know, if you're honest. Like, those are things that people realize, you know, without religion having to tell you and make you feel guilty about shit. That shit is whack. Yeah. Oh, all gone? No. Shut up. Uni paint doesn't make the broad paint markings anymore?
Rack the Sharpie?
Yeah.
Those are paint.
Yeah. You don't need to be fucking David Copperfield, fucking David Blaine to get a couple of markers out of the store. But it helps in tight situations, you know? I shoplifted since I was like, what, 5, 6? It's like a game. You go in the store, you G them up, like, hey, what's going on? You got that customer shopkeep thing going on, and they have no idea that you're stealing. No idea. Or they know you're stealing. They've seen you in their mad times, and they still can't fucking stop me because I'm so nice.
Me and him are like dead opposites. I think of consequences that aren't even there. And with him, it's just, you know, I feel like getting a CD player, or I feel like getting this or getting that or whatever, and he'll just go out and do it.
There's mad things that I will not pay for, will not pay for. Will not pay for any type of Gore-Tex jacket. I will not pay for any type of like meat, like chicken cutlets, steaks, won't pay for that. Definitely racking that. I've spent money on shit before, you know what I'm saying, and then felt like really stupid about it, like, yo, I could have racked that shit.
How do I feel about it? It got me through high school.
These markers suck. What a waste of my time. I mean, I'll take it, but I'm not gonna be that happy about it.
The city and county pay $250 million a year, our tax dollars, to people to work with gangs and paint out graffiti. So why is our entire city filled with gangs and graffiti except for where I am? They don't understand proactive and reactive, and that's the problem with the city's program. They wait for someone to call and say, oh, there's some graffiti at the corner of Fairfax and Pico, come paint the graffiti down. They should have somebody calling them. They should already be there. There used to be thousands of pieces of graffiti down here. Everything down here used to be hit up. And now it's basically spotless. They'll let these signs get tagged up all over the city. So this is a Crip gang. Let's say they're doing a project down in another part of the city where there's no Crips, they're all Bloods. The Bloods know who this is. So now the Bloods will think, hey, they came into my area and wrote on my stuff. They'll now come over to our neighborhood and they'll start shooting people up. Those people have a better chance to stay alive without that gang graffiti taunting them every time. The city refuses to clean those signs, refuses. Yet they have the budget to do it. You know what, I mean, I may not even have to rub this stuff. It'll just melt right off. The city used to hand out stuff that was carcinogenic. The stuff got on my hands and started peeling the skin off my hand. How long were we here? 2 minutes? I just don't understand why this stuff doesn't get done. They would rather leave that stuff up there or use chemicals that are bad for people or eat up the equipment and buy a new piece of equipment because you know why? They got a budget. They got to buy so many tractors in a year. Why don't we just maintain the old equipment? That's what happened with Joe Conley in the city of Los Angeles. Joe figured it out. This is gorgeous. This is beautiful. But see, then as soon as you turn around from this artwork, look at this pile of crap over here in the sign. There's like 14 pieces of graffiti. They etch up the sign. They got all this stuff here. They got this thing here. They got a little bitch tag up there. This is what pisses people off. Why do a piece of artwork and then vandalize something? I don't get it. I don't get it.
This wall hasn't been patrolled for a long time, and when you don't patrol your walls, these toys just start fucking around and painting over it. And you run out of this kind of paint, but you're way in the middle of nowhere, you know? So what we do when we run out, there's a little bit left, is you piss inside to make a little bit more. You leave a little bit of yourself in every wall. I want you to put sticks under those posters and have characters holding it, you know? It'll incorporate it to the wall. That's some clever shit. Don't